shadows and everything because she's got pretty fine detailed like shadows and stuff like that, you know. So got to do all that. Plus, I will probably fix up some lines the way that they are. Like, I did the same thing with my own character. Like, my PNG tuber that's sitting down in the bottom of the screen at the moment is not how she looked when I drew her on paper. And the funny thing is I actually had to take a photograph of her. Grim, what are you saying ooh gross for? You don't even know. Do you want to see the prawn, Grim? You want to see the prawn? Spend a lot of time on the prawn. Made a meat patty with mustard and barbecue sauce. Oh, man. My face is scrunched up so bad from that. Barbecue and mustard doesn't go well with each other. They do not. They just don't, Grim. I get where you're going. Like, the tomato sauce and mustard usually works pretty well. It's acidic and tart. But barbecue sauce is more sweet, and you're putting sweet with, like, tarty kind of thing, and it doesn't kind of work. It ain't gonna work. I'll show you a prawn. Open this a few times. So yeah, that's going to be a channel emote. That's me, obviously. If I zoom it down, it should be about that big, probably. But it should be clear enough still. It'll be fine. I thought you'd like this one as well. But yeah, that was a fair bit of work with the color and the color layers, right? I'll open them up. There's so many color layers. I'm currently working on this one. Got some of her line art done. She's very hard to draw because she's back from when I could draw very, very well, effortlessly. I've only got, on this one drawing, I think I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 mistakes, and the rest of it's freehand, flawless, no errors. So it's gonna be quite difficult. It's taking me a fair bit to get this done, and I'm gonna have to fix up certain things like the way her finger's sitting isn't quite right, something about her face isn't quite right, all sorts of things. But yeah, I was just explaining to Iwe was not tonight because it's an art stream, but on a general night when I'm playing games, I have a zoom in feature that can be used to see my character closer. And it's kind of worth it because I have all this fine detail that only I know exists. Let's change that one. Actually, the one under that airplanes will be right. I don't mind that one. I keep kind of spacing out and just jamming out to my music, honestly. Master drawing a lot of different things from stickman to stickman. Also stickman without color. Grim, you never told me you were a fucking like master of the arts. Why didn't you tell me? I feel like a little bit robbed. I could be like using your talents right now. The funniest thing is like I literally can't draw stick figures. I struggle so hard. I can draw this. I can't draw a stick figure. And people are like, "Oh no, you're lying. You can't." And I'm like, "No, legit. Like my compulsion to take things into detail just completely screw me over." Because I'll sit there and my body just goes, "Yeah, so this could have extra lines and that could have some features." And I'm just like, "No, no, 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 no. We're trying to do a stick figure." You know? Yeah. Doesn't always go well. Yeah, that looks alright. I want to tell you so you don't get jelly. Oh, grim. Already jelly. Already done it. How am I supposed to live now with this knowledge? I feel like that's not right. No, that's fucking right. I'm like, that's not right. And then I like, removed a bit and it was right. Um, Actually, it's been honestly without your colorful commentary, Grim. It's been semi peaceful. I'm not hating. I'm just saying, like, I've kind of like been spacing out so much. Like, I haven't been neglecting chat or anything, but I just feel like I haven't been, I don't know, called to action as much. Maybe it's not right. Kind of where it's going, isn't it? Yep, it is. There we go. I knew I'd get it again eventually. No, no, no. You know how you said like sometimes you've got like some colorful language and stuff. It's been so tame tonight. There's only been like a few things that were like a bit questionable. Mm, yeah, it's better. I wish I was one of those people that could draw super fast, but I'm just not. So colorful language is like, for instance, when somebody says something that's like borderline offensive or um, might potentially get somebody blocked. Um, Grim and a couple of other members, followers, and stuff are very much like that when they chat. It's questionable the stuff that comes out. The hell is this? I don't hate it. This isn't bad. I just didn't know I had this song. Oh, Moose. I didn't know you were still lurking. I appreciate that you're still here. You're so quiet sometimes. It's a stark difference to Grim, isn't it? It's like Grim comes in and I'm like, it's been so quiet, and then Moose comes in. I'm like, man, you're so quiet. Mm. And you can say stuff while I'm drawing and stuff. I don't mind questions being asked about like what I'm drawing and stuff, like what I'm doing. Oh yeah, Minty did wear off, by the way. All the outfits and stuff. They've only got, well, they've got either an hour or until I remember to turn them back off. No, Grim, stay, stay. Oh, fucking hell! Activated silver. Holy crap! All right, hold up. Let me quickly save silver. All right. I don't think she sticks. I think I got to manually hit her on. Hold up. Let's try. No, I got to do it manually. Silver. There we go. Time for silver. This is the first time silver's out and about. And change the song. It's pretty good, but it's too much right now. Um. Yeah. So. Um. Anyway, I haven't probably explained, but I have multiple different outfits and I've got different hair colors and stuff like that available. If you save up channel points, you can change what she's like, what she looks like for most of the stream. There's also a little black dress. I don't have pink hair yet. That will be on the cards eventually. It's just going to require me making 5 more avatars for that to make pink. Right. It's silver. Grim, it's silver. Silver and grey are basically the same thing. It's just how metallic you want it to be. So you like it more than Lav? Really? I thought you were really quite fond of Lav. Yeah, no, I'll probably end up getting, because she got my normal hair and then she's got my purple hair, which are all actually swatched off my actual hair. And then I want to add in pink and I want to add in blonde eventually. They're the only two other ones that I would allow. to add in because I have had them. But to do that, I'm going to have to make all individual file saves and stuff like that because there will be too many. No, it's not too confusing. It's mostly just like she has brown hair, silver outfit, and then she's got a different hair color option with a silver outfit and stuff like that. Lav is okay. So in order for me, so far as silver, lav, then minty. All right. What about my base one? And did you end up seeing Little Black Dress? Because I don't think you saw it. I'm pretty sure Blessed ended up activating that. He did it with bits. He overrode when you use the bits to activate Little Black Dress. It overrides anything else that she's got, and you get to choose which hair color. But I had to increase it in price at the moment just until everything has been like gone through, so that we don't get some stuff spoiled preemptively. I want her to be like seen and stuff, but at the same time, like I want like I don't know. I want to be like it all revealed in time kind of thing. I don't know. Your base color is meh. Really? My base color is traditional. Yeah. I appreciate that you like it because honestly, it was a lot of work. Making her to the base color point wasn't too much of a problem. It was all these variations, and then making the variations also have her eyes open, mouth open, able to talk stuff as well. So that's where it kind of got a bit complicated. I'm going to start bringing in an extra layer because I don't want to put lines here and have to try to erase them. Plus, regardless of what you say, Grim, my base form is my base form. So you know how it goes. If you don't like how the base form looks, save up your channel points and change her over to your favorite. I kind of expect that people will have a favorite that's not her base, and I'll have that kind of changed over from space form. What's this is base? It's from space form. What? No. Eventually need to accessorize so we can claim to add to her. That's the thing, is like I want to add like a little like blanket shawl type thing and stuff, and maybe like have her hold coffee and stuff. But at the same time, like I'm using a very, very light PNG program. She wouldn't have any accessories that she wouldn't already have in her story. Because so the character sitting on the screen, that's Kelly Venus. That's me. But I wrote books, and she has a full on like life and everything in these books. My voice is gone. Yeah. You don't drink coffee. Yeah, so whatever she had in her stories will be something that she'd have. I don't know yet. I have to honestly, I will get something eventually. I've seen some. I just haven't sat down and like looked at them because I want to get my voice stops going. Let me get some water. Hold on. So I was looking at VTuber programs. That's what I was initially looking at, more so than PNG tubers. And I don't know yet if there's a difference in what one requires versus the other. So what I want to do is go back and have a look and see if what I'm doing is still compatible with that. Because I've said this a couple of times before where I want to add in extra emotions and stuff like that. So, like frustrated or happy, crying, stuff like that, right? Actual facial emotions that I can trigger and go between. But the problem with that is because I've got multiple outfits, I don't have anything automated set up for her to just automatically switch. I do want to get a Stream Deck thing eventually, but I don't know. I haven't even looked into those, but that would help. But Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff that's going to help improve what I'm doing. Because at the moment, if I activate something, I have to do it manually. I've got hotkeys for it, but they don't always work because the program is very, very light. So sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And that can be very frustrating if I'm in like a battle or something and I'm like, oh God, I've got to do this thing. Oh, thanks, Grim. I could probably do with it, honestly. Some water. I'm almost 3/4 way through my drink bottle. Almost. I'll get there. Yeah, no, I definitely want to figure out what program I can use for that. Mail your wizard hat, then it will be canon. No! No! That's just a no. Straight up nope. Nah, she's if I can remember most of her canon, right? Because you gotta remember, she's just me. She's just me in a story format. So this is me, right? This is just me. Um I like the song, but it's a bit too dramatic for it. That's hilarious. I'll let this go for a minute. You guys can listen to this part of the song. I fucking love it. And then I'll keep talking. Uh, who can name drop the show? Me. You'll be back in an hour and a half, Grim? Jesus Christ. Sure you don't want me to time you out to test that again? Oh, the song. So it's from I believe that section is from Fat Pizza, which used to be a show that played back in like the early 2000s. And it was quite funny back in its time. And this Skits Mix has so many different little recordings and stuff like that that they put in, and I just love some of them. Like that one. But yeah, so the lore of like Kelly Venus, me, is that oh, you gotta leave. Well, I'm glad that you got to see the stream anyway, because I know you were asking for the art stream. But thanks for coming and hanging out though. I'm gonna go deep into lore territory for the next couple of minutes. Trying to get this fixed up. Come on, there we go. That's a bit smoother-ish. Semi. So Kelly Venus was originally from Venus, obviously, which is the name Venus. And so she was a sorceress. She has magical power within herself. So she doesn't rely on, say, she doesn't require any like magical items specifically to get her magic going. She is magical herself. Um, she can basically call upon as much magic as she needs, depending on the situation and stuff. But what she does do to try to assist her is she has a pendant, star necklace, and she stores excess magic in there as much as she can, as often, as frequently as she can. So if she's ever in need of actually like wringing out more magic than she's capable of mustering, she can just call upon it. Within her pendant is also various magical items, different, like I would say probably wands, scepters, whatever you want to call them, that she can also use in battle. She doesn't necessarily need to use them all the time. Most of the time, she can just cast magic without it. I'm trying to remember a lot of this from a long time ago, but yeah, basically, when she landed on Earth, she completely lost her memories, which is kind of akin to the fact that I actually had amnesia at one point as well. And she ended up not knowing what she was, basically. She knew that, like, she had, like, these cat sort of helpers or whatever that could speak and stuff. That's where let me get the image up. Hold up. These are drawings that I'll work on later too. I don't know which one's what. I'll just open them all. Can't hurt to open them all. I probably should have saved this one first. Okay, that is where these are like her cat girl helpers. So basically, most of the time they spend the time in cat form, which is, I think, like Grimm's kind of ahead of the mark with making the joke that I have like 10 cats. In my story, I actually do have like 10, 11 cats. It's quite funny, actually, now that I think about it. But yeah, they're basically cat girls. They all have their own magical abilities and stuff like that. Like, Diamond has, she's got basically shield magic. Sapphire's got, I think hers was kind of like some kind of fire. I can't remember what hers was specifically off the top of my head. Emerald's is healing magic. Let's see who else we got. Not that one. That's getting too far ahead. These are the next set. This is where you've got garnet, topaz, ruby, and zirconia. So they're all like their own colors, like red. Orange, red. I think that's black and yellow. And they have their own. They are the second sort of set. So they don't have magical powers per se. They are weapon proficient. And then ignore that. That's something I'll draw later. And then you've got her other helpers, which are the more advanced cats. These are also the biggest ones in the lot. They're probably about 6 foot tall, and they're also weapon specialists. They're extreme assassin sort of helpers. You got Opal, Opal and Amethyst. Let me change music. Let's change that. How Much is the Fish is always a good song. Yeah, so Opal's pink, Amethyst is purple. Amethyst has got to be probably one of my favorite out of the lot. That and Emerald. And then you've got Orbit, who is not a gemstone. And I think she's got completely black hair. I don't remember what zirconia is. She might be grey, actually. But Orbit is a completely different creature in the lot, and she's basically like a main guardian of Kelly Venus and stuff. Like I said, I don't remember all of my story and stuff like that, but basically, I do eventually get my memory back in the story, and she does, like, she's got multiple forms. She's got, like, this is the Kelly Venus form. This is just a basic human form. She transforms into a Diamond Venus form, which is where she can use most of her magic. What else does she have? She's got a Lady Venus form as well, which allows her to use basically her royal form, and it's like comes with a special gown and all sorts of stuff. It's basically like the complete unlock that she can only get back on her homeworld anyway. She can't, like, if she taps into it, it pretty much caps her out if she's not on her homeworld. And then later on in the series, she goes on to have like a Catgirl form of her own as well, which I think is Tabby Cat. And Tabby Cat is where she actually dies as Diamond Venus. So she dies in her magical form. And as such, she loses her pendant in the other, well, basically in the afterlife, she loses her pendant and kind of just leaves it behind, which is a bit of a fuck up on her part. And then she kind of like has, I'm going to fix this up. I don't like this. She ends up having, she ends up calling upon like a new magical form in a sense. When she dies, she's kind of died as Tabby Cat. So she's got like, cat ears and tail and stuff like that. But then in death, she gets like wings and a halo and shit. And yeah, what else happens? So when she comes back, so she's already been dead, and she can't use her pendant because she's left it behind in the afterworld. And yeah, so then instead of having a Diamond Venus form, she has, I think, a Shadow Cat form, I think, from memory. And that kind of goes into when she transforms and stuff like that. Instead of just being Tabby Cat with ears and a tail, she ends up also coming back with the wings as a permanent feature of her body because she's died. So yeah, that's part of it. There's all sorts of like actual stories and stuff that she goes on and sorts out and stuff like that, but I don't remember them all. I've got them written up, but I don't remember them off the top of my head. But it's a pretty complex fucking story. It's got like 15 years of lore behind it. So it's not just like, it sounds like it progresses like really quickly, but it doesn't. Like this is stuff where like every 5 or so years something kind of like progresses and changes her, which is why she's got all the different forms and stuff. Yeah. Like I said, I wish that I could remember it off the top of my head. I'm not in the mood to sit down and just like read out all of her lore. I will probably one day. I'll never be acting out my character. That's just a fact because she is me. But when it comes to canon stuff, what she has, like, I don't think I opened it. I wish I had put it into a PNG form so I could figure out which one it was. Where the fuck did it go? Okay, let me save this. I did open it briefly. I just don't know which one it's called. I don't think it's either this one. It's either 1 or 2. That's one. That one. Okay, so eventually I'll draw up this form as well. So this is supposed to be one of her like Lady Venus outfits and stuff. So I'll draw that in the future as well. So obviously old drawing and stuff, but yeah, it has quite a lot more detail. This is actually more of one piece together. I just have the lines there for myself to be able to remember where stuff goes. But yeah, this is all down into one dress. So if this line here wasn't here and that line there wasn't there, it would be just one collective dress and a little like arm thing as well. But yeah, I'll draw that eventually. That's part of one of her forms. But yeah, she's got heaps of stuff. She's basically got, I think, 9 or 10 or 11 or some shit like that. Cat guardians. And I think there was, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 other characters, 4 other human characters that are mostly just like similar to her in the sorceress kind of category. They're just like other characters, like supporting roles and stuff. But beyond that, there's not much else to it. I did evolve it a couple of times over the years and gave it a bit more this and that to it, but I don't know how much of it I've actually got written down. I have no idea what that was, but I legit heard a thud. I'm hoping that that's... No, I'm hearing multiples. I'm gonna take a guess that there is a car in the neighborhood that was just set on fire and is currently exploding. I'm just gonna guess that.